welcome to another exciting edition of Comics Should Smell Good. If you can even smell the comics, if your nose isn't stuffed up from all the smog. You know, in Secret Empire, the Dark Force Dimension has covered all of Manhattan, and the Emerald City is covered in smog and intense heat, and it's miserable. We wish our best to all the people who are fighting the fires up in British Columbia, so all the smog will eventually go away.
Hopefully.
In fact, Morgan, I think he's been captured by the smog force.
Yeah, he went in there to try to help, and we haven't heard back from him.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the worst.
So maybe we'll get some help. Speaking of which, Secret Empire, this may be the issue you have been waiting for. You may also want to get Captain America Steve Rogers 25 this week. That kind of ties into it.
Actually, it's just Captain America.
It's just Captain.
Just to be more confusing. Yeah, because they're merging the Captain America books, whatever. Exactly. But this issue does take place apparently after both of the last Captain America issues.
Yeah, exactly. Well, here's the thing. Our heroes are down.
Yeah.
Half of them are trapped in New York City in the Dark Force, a.k.a. our smog force in Seattle. The rest are trapped outside of this big dome, Captain Marvel and the Guardians with Chitauri just non-incessant coming. And Captain America's just being all Hydra. Black Widow, well, I don't want to give it away. She's like, I'm just going to kill him.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's that whole connection to Civil War II and Miles Morales and Captain America. Anyway, this is it. Sam Wilson takes command. The heroes start just saying, okay, enough of this. It's turning, the tide is turning. Yeah. Well, there's some other stuff happening. I really hope Kobik comes back and fixes some things, or Nick Spencer fixes some things. Yeah, there's a lot to throw down before we get Marvel Legacy. Yeah, and then didn't Madame Hydra blow herself up or whatever like last issue? We don't spoil things, do we? No, we don't.
Well, whatever. It's 2 weeks ago, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, y'all hope you're wrong.
Anyway, Secret Empire 8, it's awesome. It's a lot of stuff you've been waiting for the bad guys to make a big comeback. And then the whole dream sequence thing going down with the dream world with the other Cap, and Sharon Carter plays into that. So it's a big week for Captains America fans.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
What you got?
I have something from the far-off land of the French comic book world. This is Ghost Money, #1, put out by Lion Forge, which used to be, or was kind of part of Magnetic Press, which were putting out a lot of great European stuff. And this is a 10-issue limited series about the world, the very kind of shady, high-class world of billionaires, which, you know, the laws don't really apply to people who have that much money, I guess.
They will. At least one.
But yeah, so Thierry Smolderin, Dominique Bertrel, they are bringing you the story of the world that exists within our world, the higher echelon of the people that make lots of money. It is gorgeously illustrated in this kind of really dense European format. There's a great interview in the back with the artist about his designs and the ideas that he was going into making the story. So yeah, first of 10, highly recommended. It's nice paper and everything. Lion Forge always does a really good job.
My next pick is Inhumans, Once and Future Kings. This is a miniseries taking us back to the early days of Black Bolt and Maximus. Two young brothers, one destined to be a king, one destined for madness. One might even say maximum madness. Nick Bradshaw cover here, beautiful Phil. I love Phil Noto's art, his art inside, but it all goes back to the two brothers when they were much younger and the attack on the former Inhuman king. Plus, there's a cool backup story from Ryan North starring Lockjaw, the Time Dog. So, you know, Inhumans is going to be on the ABC network this fall on Como, and I'm really excited about that, the TV series. But this gives you a little bit more into the backstory of the two brothers that are at the center of it.
Yeah. And that backup story is drawn by Gustavo Duarte, who did the great Bizarro story. He's another great European artist who DC's been working with. My next book is a big new #1 from Image. This is Redlands, #1. More of this creepy crime horror stuff that they've been doing. It is the writing debut of Jordi Belair, who colors almost every single comic that comes out on the rack. And Vanessa Del Rey, who is got this really great kind of scratchy, eerie style that really evokes a lot of kind of the darker emotions. Yeah, I'm really excited to see Jordi Belair doing the writing, and Vanessa Del Rey helps as well, but it's cool. I love books that are written by artists, and it makes for a much more kind of organic process, and something that is usually more unique to the medium of comic books. So yeah, issue 1 here just coming out. Very, very cool stuff from Image.
It's hot as a phoenix in Seattle, and nothing's hotter than the next chapter in Generations, starring the Phoenix Force. This is part 2. Last week was the Hulks. This week is about Jean Grey and the Phoenix, and this is the double shot of my triple shot of Jean Grey this week. More to come, a tease on that. Yeah. But this is all building up to Marvel Legacy, and they're kind of answering the question, how can they be all these many characters with the same names and identities? What's up with that? So Cullen Bunn and R.B. Silva team up for this second story that actually brings the Jean Grey of the past. Now hang with me here.
All right.
Jean Grey of the past, who was transported to the future, knows her Jean Destiny, her Phoenix Destiny.
Jean Destiny.
Is trying to find it. I know in jeans, or Blue Jean Destiny. Her Phoenix Destiny. Somehow she is magically transported.
It's called like the Vantage Point or something like that.
Something's going down, and it's with Jean Grey Phoenix when she's a Phoenix. But as we know from retcons, was she ever really the Jean Grey, or was she still in the cocoon?
Who knows?
Anyway, I love Jean Grey. I'm loving young Jean Grey. I love the original. She's to stay dead. She's been through enough. God bless her. But anyway, Generations, if you're an X-Men fan, this is the next chapter leading up to Marvel Legacy.
And it's got some cool cosmic stuff in it. There's some big cosmic heavyweights who I was not expecting.
Not your typical X-Men villains are in here.
Yeah, but it looks really, really gorgeous. And this month is the 100th birthday of Jack Kirby. And God bless DC, because Marvel ain't going to do it. They are celebrating the legacy of Jack Kirby. I'm not going to get into the other part of that conversation. But DC is doing a bunch of one-shots that are all based on the different characters that Kirby created for them. The first one that came out last week, I think, was The New Gods, which was really cool. It had 6 gorgeous new Walt Simonson pages. It was a tale of young Orion. And then this one, I don't know who said this was okay, but Howard Chaykin, one of the dirtiest men in comic books, is doing a story about the 2 kind of kid gangs that Kirby created. The Newsboy Legion and the Boy Commandos. The Boy Commandos was back in the day where you could give a 10-year-old a machine gun, and as long as he was shooting Nazis, it was okay. It was totally legit. So you kind of have, and then the Newsboy Legion were the really cool kids that hung out with Jimmy Olsen throughout all of the Fourth World adventures. And so these 2 Titanic Titans teams here are teaming up to, you know, fight for America and stuff like that. It's a really cool kind of like war era type of special, and it's also got a great reprint of both the Newsboy Legion and Boy Commando story by Kirby and Simon in the back. So yeah, celebrate Jack Kirby.
There was a lot of alliteration from an aspiring artist just then. Very well done. My final pick, I'm going to give you some more Jean Grey because, damn it, I love Jean Grey and she deserves it. This is her current series by Dennis Hopeless, which I'm really enjoying. Once again, she's kind of on her path to, she knows she's got to face the Phoenix. Not the Phoenix in the other book, I don't think. Anyway.
No, I doubt that.
Anyway, so she has learned this young Jean Grey, her powers keep evolving. And like another telepath who... In the 90s, she quite often said this line, the sum total of my psionic telekinetic powers.
You couldn't have her come onto a page without that.
Every freaking episode, issue.
Dude, I blame Chris Claremont.
Elizabeth Braddock, God bless her. She
oh man.
I'm gonna do my psychic ninja knife. I'm gonna do this, and it's the sum total of my psychic.
Yes.
But it was cool. It was better than the butterfly.
It was awesome, dude. It was way better than the butterfly.
Although the butterfly made a comeback in Astonishing X-Men.
I know. That was actually really good.
And Jim Chung, I don't care. Jim Chung made that psychic butterfly awesome.
Jim Chung with his once-a-year book.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to Jean Grey. So of course, when you have your powers, you're gonna go to Psylocke to get some training, some ninja training. And so there's other ninjas, there's the Hand, there's some other cool villains. This is just kind of, Jean Grey's kind of on tour de force. I think Dennis Hopeless said it's kind of like a Kill Bill, where she's going on this list of people who could help her, people who she has to fight in order to get herself ready for the eventual Phoenix showdown.
Thing that's going to happen.
Whatever's going down.
Yeah.
Hey, I bet you have a final book, don't you?
I do, And
It's a
Jack
miracle!
Kirby again!
Sorry.
Mr. Miracle!
I'm Gene, he's Jack.
That's right. So, in addition to the one-shots that DC is doing, this has been the much-touted, highly anticipated 12-issue maxi series by the Sheriff of Babylon and Batman team, Tom King and Mitch Gerads. Tom King has been gaining tons of popularity in the last couple of years. Probably one of the most popular writers in comics right now. He just did that weird Batman Elmer Fudd thing that was highly unsettling. And this is... Well, this is I don't know, man. This could be really good. We don't know yet.
And they did the Vision.
And they did the Vision, which is cool.
You know.
So I'm really quite excited for this new iteration of Mr. Miracle. It's always really hard to take the Kirby characters and concepts and do something that Kirby did, which is something new. It's really hard not to fall into the trap of just doing old Kirby stories because there's so many of them and they're good. But what I'm seeing here is he's really trying to do something different, and this is a really trippy kind of like deep character, quiet character moment thing, as opposed where you saw Mr. Miracle before. He was always caught up in these grand things that were happening because Kirby comics, they don't really have that many quiet moments. But this has got Barda, this has got Orion in it, which is cool, and there's this really cool way that they've been dropping like Darkseid is on every couple of panels and stuff. So Darkseid is there in spirit. But I'm very, very excited for this. People seem to be very excited as well. This is a great way to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Kirby with a Mr. Miracle #1. And tonight we are also having our discussions from the Longtable, where we'll be talking a lot about Kirby, probably more than anybody really wants to hear, and about our upcoming anniversary sale, the 42nd, that's right, 42, like the, Dancer of the Universe. Question, everything. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so that's from 6:30 to 8, and the anniversary sale will be happening the 19th through the 26th. All the info is either on our Facebook page or our website, anything like that.
So that's it for the
about
week.
it.
Hey, stay cool.
Yeah.
Check on your neighbors. Check on your pets. Stay hydrated. Grab some cool comics and get in the shaders and see and read in until the smog forces over. And we're going to go look for Morgan now.
Yeah, not too hard, but I'll casually look.
Hashtag pray for Morgan.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.